Mama D, I see you. Revis, I see you checking in. Rich Vibes. Hey. What's going on, y'all? This is the Lab Tech Show. You know how we do it, man. We're here to give you some great news, give you some great technology, and, just letting you guys know what's going on. So this is the pre-show, 55 seconds. That's right before we actually go live. So it is what it is, guys. If we're not live, we're going to be in trouble. Anyway, holiday season is fast approaching. What you guys got going on in your life? Come on, talk to me. Let me know what's happening. Are we live? We should be live. Are we live? If we're not live, we're in trouble because I put it in there. Are we live? It says upcoming. Why are we not live? I put in the right one. We're live, aren't we? The Lab Tech Show. There it is. We're live. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It is the Lab Tech Show. Hope all is well with everyone. And we're here to talk tech news and basically simplify it in a language that you can understand. My name is Corey Sanders. I go by the name of Tallboy. And tonight, we're going to give you some of my mama's cooking, all right? If you know what that means, you know what that means. If you don't, hey, it is what it is, all right? We are here to just basically simplify tech in a language that you understand, and we want you to walk away being a little bit more knowledgeable of what's going on in the world. And tech is forever happening. And my thing is, I don't want you to get discombobulated, get overwhelmed with it, and we just want you to just say, hey, how do I still stay abreast? So you just gotta, like the hokey pokey, you gotta put one foot in, put the one foot out, and we'll figure it out. So that's basically what you gotta do sometimes, right? So, without further ado, today is a special treat because right before the holidays, my thing is, how do we bring guests in and let them tell us and share with us what they have going on? I got a guest today. And without further ado, let me bring him in. I got Mr. William Vablais. I hope I said that right. Vablais, all right. Mr. William Vablais is the CEO of Flowingedge. And I have his bio up here somewhere, so don't beat me up, man. He has over 40 years of computing industry experience. He has worked with some large companies, some small companies in the research and development area and business leadership. And then also, currently, he says on the local level, he is helping students building working businesses. All right. He has a background from Cambridge, UK, and basically he has worked with Microsoft, BlackBerry, Samsung, and McDonnell Douglas, Sun Microsystems, and many, many more companies. All right. So without further ado, Mr. William Vablais, how you doing, man? How you doing?
Great, Tallboy. Thanks very much for having me on your show.
Yeah, we're gonna make you feel special over here. All right. So there's gonna be some sound effects. If you don't know by now, you got to have your favorite adult beverage, whatever that drink of choice may be. I should be getting some type of endorsement deal right now with the way I drink Minute Maid all year, right? So, do you have a favorite beverage of choice for yourself?
At the moment, I'm drinking a bit of Bailey's, actually, getting into the spirit of Christmas and the New Year. So, Good help.
He said Bailey's. Okay, well, I'm not mad at it. Okay, there it is. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the show because we have a lot to unpack. All right. So before we get started, we got to do our stash stock party of the evening. And for the ones who do not know or are not familiar, you should be by now. But if not, we got Best Buy. You got literally 1 hour to go in, log in, claim your stock, and own a piece of Best Buy stock. All right. It's absolutely free, costs you nothing. All you have to do is just sign up. And if you use my code in the description, you get $20 when you spend $20. If you don't want to use my code, use your own money. That's perfectly fine. But literally, when that clock hits zero, the Best Buy stash stock party is officially over. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Now we got my guy here. We got my guy here, and I don't know why he has or why he's playing the audio. He's got to mute all of that because he knows what time it is. This is his segment, and he likes to feel special. Mr. Revis Brown, he's somewhere in the United States, from L.A. to New York. Where are you, Revis? Don't forget to honk the horn. Revis, we got the word of the day. It's called. He knows what time it is. Okay, I got some double audio over here, and I don't know why I have some double audio going over here. Revis, I don't know if you're playing the video back to back, but you got to kill your video. You got to kill.
Nothing in the background. Nothing.
Revis, we got the word of the day. It's called. Okay, I got some double audio somewhere. So I'm hearing double audio, and I want to be able to bring you in. So let me see if it's me. You said it's not you, right? So let me see.
Definitely not me.
Gotta kill that. Okay, I'm hearing twice. Gotta kill.
Nothing in the background. Nothing.
Okay, well, we're getting double audio somewhere, and it's not on my end. I got some double audio somewhere, so I'm hearing double audio.
I am completely quiet over here.
He said completely quiet over there. Okay, so let's figure this out real quickly. We got our word of the day. We got undulate. And this is not good, guys, because he's messing up my segment. Where is it at? Where is it at? Come on, let's see. It's not you. He said completely quiet over there. Okay, so let's figure this out real quickly. I'm hearing you twice. I'm hearing you twice, or hearing myself twice. I don't. Do you guys hear him? Mama D says it's you. Mama D, stop playing. Do you guys hear the double audio? Please let me know before I go ahead and do this again. It's not you. Do you guys hear this twice? I'm hearing you twice. Please put in the comments. Let me know if you hear the audio twice. I'm not sure why this is happening. Mama D, stop playing. Do you guys
Mama D says you.
Please let me know. Somebody else, please let me know what's going on. I got to move on with this segment, and I don't want to lose it today, but I'm gonna have to scrap it if I keep hearing this double audio. I don't know why I'm hearing double audio. Please put in the comments. Let me know if you hear the audio twice. I'm not sure why this is happening. Somebody help me out. Do you hear double audio?
Mama D says you.
Somebody else, please let me know what's going on. I got to move on with this. I'm looking at comments. I'm gonna have to scrap it if I keep hearing this double audio.
Is William's volume down?
William's volume should not have anything to do with that. Let's see. Somebody help me out. Do you hear double audio? She says it's delayed. So they're hearing the audio twice somewhere, and I don't know where the audio is coming from. Let me see here. Looking at comments. I'm going to do this.
William's volume down?
Yes, I have him muted right now. Okay. Anything to do with that. So, let's see. Your segment. All right. So, let's just go ahead. So, they're hearing. Yeah, they still hearing the double. I don't know where it's coming from. This is not good. And it's only when I turn up the Bluetooth. I'm going to do this. Oh, He's somewhere in the United States, from LA to New York. Where are you, Revis? Don't forget to honk the horn.
Oh dear. Well, that didn't work. That doesn't work very well.
Mic check 1, 2. It looks like I may be back now. Am I back? Am I back?
You're here.
Am I
If you
back?
can hear, hit that like button.
He said hit the like button. This is taking too much of the segment.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Am I back? Please bear with
And
us.
you're back. Which bar say you're back?
Okay. All right. So I do apologize. Apparently, I closed something out when I hit the stash stock party. So I do apologize. So undulate. We're going to try this one more time real briefly. It is a formal word that means to move or to be shaped like waves. can you please give us a definition of undulate one more time?
Like I said, in truckers' term, we undulate. You get to nothing. If we don't undulate, the country stops. We have to move.
Okay.
Undulate means to move.
All right. So,
and it also means the waves. It's the waves in the body. I mean, we used to dance, and you hold that woman, and you feel them curves, and you're always doing the wave when you're dancing. So it doesn't matter if you're big or small or any, but everybody have that big old wave.
Well, what you think of that, William? Did he give us a good definition of undulate, William?
I think his was very unique. It's perfect.
Perfect. All right, there you go. So the word of the day is undulate, and we look forward to undulating throughout the show. We're going to see if we can find a way to use it in a sentence. And I definitely thank you for the definition, Revis. Look forward to seeing you next week. And happy holidays to you. And I hope I get a good Christmas gift before the for December 25th. We'll figure that all out. Undulate.
All right.
All right.
Hey, hit that like button, and we'll see you all later.
All right. Sounds good, Revis. Thank you once again. All right, guys, I do apologize for that. Apparently, I accidentally hit the button that I should not have hit when I brought in the stash stock party. So that is on me. I do apologize, and you're trying to figure it out on the fly, all right? So, William, we're going to go ahead and get back into this show, and we're going to try and knock out as much of this as possible so we can start talking about Flowingedge and how it could be made simple. Real briefly, William, do you want to tell us a little bit about you and where you're from? And I gave people some background on you, but would love to know or share just from your words a little bit about who you are.
Okay, thanks, TallBoy. Yeah, so I'm from England, as I tried to cover that up, but after 30 years, I don't seem to be able to change my accent at all, so it's stuck. From England, I worked in hardware and software engineering over there. Came over here about 30 years ago to a small company called Microsoft. Worked with them for about 10 years, and then did some startups. Worked with the research groups within those engineering teams, which was really interesting. Actually, it was going out to a lot of universities and looking at what they're researching at the time, 20 years ago, and some of that research is just starting to hit the mainstream, which is all the AI stuff that you're seeing right now coming online. So it's fascinating to see what was going on back then. I moved on to run a small company called Morpheus in the days when music sharing was all in vogue after they shut down Napster. Continued after that to build some small startups in music recommendation engines, which were years ahead of what's out there right now. And then ended up with BlackBerry for a really interesting cycle when they introduced the new BB10 at the time. And that was a really very exciting time for working with developers right across Europe and all the way down to Africa and into places like Russia, Iceland, Scandinavia, and helping them build applications on phones. And then from there, I went to Samsung and worked with their Knox development team. So when you switch on a Samsung phone, you'll see a little Knox, secured by Knox, a logo on there. And that was the team I was involved with as well, which was fantastic. And working with high security groups around the world. And then left them in 2020 and started a company called Flowingedge. That's where you see us now. So that's what we've been doing.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about FlowingEdge shortly. Real briefly, in a synopsis, I guess in one or two sentences, what is FlowingEdge?
Well, FlowingEdge is the solution to the piece of the puzzle that touches everybody, which is when you try and send a large attachment or an attachment that's over 25 megabytes in an email, and then you realize that it won't be received by the person you're sending it to. So we decided that there had to be a better solution to this email problem, and we came up with FlowingEdge, which actually is very easy to use and sends any size file. So we'll talk about that later. So that's
Okay.
really making technology simple to use.
Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about how we can share files and share it and make it simple a little bit later on. So let's go ahead and jump into our first article, if you don't mind. We want to talk a little bit about the holidays are coming up, and with the holidays coming up, people are going to be doing a lot of traveling, right? And with them traveling, that's going to be traveling at the airport, and everybody, those lines are going to be long. And guess what? TSA said that they partnered with Staples, and you can skip the line if you go through Staples, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and let me share a little bit of this story, and you tell us what you think in the comments. All right. So let's discuss this real briefly. Let's see what we have here. Start the timer. There we go. And it says if you've already been conditionally approved for TSA PreCheck, and haven't been able to schedule an interview due to a backlog among a lot of applicants through the Trusted Traveler program, you might be able to complete the process at a Staples near you. All right. This is a new feature available at select Staples stores since 2018. So this is nothing new, but we're just now hearing about it. And it's a timely opportunity to enroll in TSA PreCheck ahead of what the TSA expects to be a busy holiday season at airports in the next few weeks. All right. So, as a reminder, TSA PreCheck is an expedited security program enabling travelers to speed through TSA security via a PreCheck only line where you do not have to remove your shoes, laptops, liquids, belt, or your jacket. All right. TSA PreCheck is available in 200 plus airports when flying 85 domestic and foreign airlines. TSA PreCheck can save you an enormous amount of time. And basically, they're saying it's about less than 5 minutes at the airport security checkpoints nationwide in November for the holidays. So now that does not necessarily mean that it's going to be 5 minutes in the Atlanta Hartsfield airport, but it might be 5 minutes in DC. It might be 5 minutes in Idaho, but on an average, you're there for about 5 minutes. That's what they're saying. And they're saying, how do you enroll? All right. So how do we go about doing all of this? So real briefly, it says to start this process, you basically go to enter your zip code online to see if one of the participating Staples is convenient. And then you can enroll at 9 locations in New York City. So, Lisa Maria, you're up in New York. Type in your zip code, and it'll tell you the closest Staples. And then you kind of go from there and see see if it's beneficial for you. All right. Once you select a location, begin the enrollment process as you would normally through the TSA PreCheck website, and you basically complete your application, identifying information, and include your date of birth and current address, height, weight, eye color, and all the other stuff that goes along with that. Once you get approved, it says once you're approved, you must schedule an in-person appointment at an enrollment center, which is where Staples comes in. And then when you reserve your appointment, on the government website, select the option to interview at an enrollment center located inside of Staples and confirm you are scheduling at your desired store location. Um, The process should not be any different from interviewing at Staples versus going to one of the government centers, which are mostly at the airport. And then basically during the interview, expect fingerprinting, a background check, and the whole process should only take a few minutes. And after your interview, you should receive a letter by mail with your known traveler number. That's called the KTN number within 2 to 3 weeks. And you can also check your application status online to find out much faster whether you've been approved, at which point you can begin using TSA PreCheck on your next trip. All right. So it's pretty simple. It only costs $85 for a 5-year membership, and after which you can renew online for $70. However, you could save or enroll for free by holding one of 50 co-branded airline, hotel, or a different credit card. You just got to check with your credit card to see if it will allow you to get it for free. And basically, you pay for it, and then you'll get a credit reimbursement. And the credit is available every 4 to 5 years. So make sure you look at your credit card information. All right. So your thoughts, William, what do you think of this? Do you think that this is a good situation? Do you think it's too much? What do you think?
Well, I think the TSA idea is a good thing for people who travel between, metropolitan or areas or these points of population. So Chicago, New York, all around the country like that. For people who are traveling a lot, it makes a lot of sense. I know a lot of people who've done it. It wasn't very convenient at the time for them to do it. They had to go somewhere to do the interview, and then they had to wait. What I see this is one of those, warm and fuzzy articles that really, it sort of contradicts itself, because it says there's a huge backlog, and then then it says, well, you can go to Staples to do all the things that you would have done if you'd gone to the usual place, which means that they're not only going to have the backlog, but they're going to add to the backlog as well. So it's not going to help you for the Christmas period, because it takes up to 2 weeks and then maybe even a few months. So, that's great. At the end of the day, you have your TSA something or other that you can go through the lines. That's the goal. But it's not going to happen for Christmas. So anyone who doesn't have it now probably won't have it for Christmas anyway, because it's only 2 weeks away. So that's my little 2 cents worth.
Branded Live says, I love PreCheck and Clear together. That's the key. And Lisa Marie says, sounds like a plan. And Revis says, wow, Staples is getting into things also. Watch out, Amazon. So I look at it like this. Not trying to be funny, but I mean, when you think about it, if they have a backlog at the government centers, which are primarily at the airport, and I've actually gone through this summer for global entry, to know that there's another place, and even though we're airing this live on this tech show, we now know that we can go to Staples, but there's some people that don't know, and then they might be able to find an appointment. And this is not global entry. This is just TSA PreCheck. So this is just saving you from taking your shoes off and not taking your laptop out of the bag. But this is giving people, instead of waiting for that appointment at the airport, this might give them another location to look at. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing because it takes the stress from trying to do it all at the same time as you're trying to get onto a plane, and you're going through all of this too as well on an airport. So yeah, the more places you can apply for this, the better.
Right. And like I said, the biggest thing is just having another option or having another place that they can go to. I think that's the biggest thing, or the biggest key, is just knowing that, do I have another place that I can use this to get conditionally approved, and then go through the process of getting the fingerprinting. Now, my question is, do they send a TSA employee to Staples, or do they have an actual Staples worker that's been trained, or is it just a regular Staples worker that's actually doing the background check? Like, how do they go about doing that? They have not discussed, or they did not share that part. So apparently somebody has to be somewhat trained to be able to do this. But I think that that's a good question to want to know because once again, you're
Things like that in Europe, it's a lot tougher because they have a lot more stringent rules on personal data. Here, it seems like it's a wild west right now. So, hence, Staples can get away with it. I'm not quite sure, judging by the issues that I've had at Staples, whether I would allow someone to take my fingerprints. But there we go.
no, there it is. All right. So as you know, you can go to Staples, go to staples.com, search for the TSA pre-check, or excuse me, it says go through the TSA pre-check website and then select the Staples location. And the best thing to do is just Google it and see if or find out what is the closest Staples store. I think that that would probably be the best thing to do. And that way you can make the best decision for yourself. All right. So if this is something that you're interested in, just know that you have another way as opposed to going through the government center. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and switch over to our next topic of the evening. Everybody loves Amazon, right? So Amazon said, you know what? Why don't you thank the driver? And you can now do that because Alexa will allow you to thank your driver and give the driver a $5 tip for free. Now, the catch is free, that's right, for a limited time, okay? I'm just saying, just a limited time.
Ow.
All right, so check $5 tip at no cost to the customer. No cost to you guys, all right? The 5 drivers who receive the most thank yous will also receive a $10,000 bonus. 10,000, all right? Plus 10,000 donated to the charity of their choice. Now my question is this: do they get the whole 10,000 or is that going to be taxed? This is America, so they're going to probably tax it, right? I'm just saying. Um the company says it's celebrating the hard work drivers do and how they have helped the company deliver 15 billion packages since 1994, building community with customers along the way. All right. Also, um, this comes along the sad news of Amazon is being sued by DC for allegedly stealing driver tips. And we're not going to get too much into that. You can read this article in the description. You can click on it if you like. But they're basically saying Amazon has escaped appropriate accountability, including any civil penalties for consumer harm. All right, that's what they are saying. And nothing is more important to us than customer trust. And basically, they're saying that the lawsuit that they have against them involves a practice we changed 3 years ago and is without merit. And all of the customer tips at issue were already paid to the drivers as part of a settlement last year with the Federal Trade Commission. All right. So clearly, they've had some issues in the past. You can read this part right here if you like and just read what they're saying. But you get to thank your driver if you have an Alexa enabled device. What are your thoughts on that, William? You like that? Is it good? Is it bad?
Yeah, yeah, these guys work really hard all the time. I see them on Sundays and nights. A guy just delivered something for us earlier on this evening. Helps them or says thank you. So I think that's great. We should definitely support them. I
Yeah,
think it's a good thing. You know.
I think it's something positive, and I think it's just something that this is a way to just say, and it costs you nothing for right now. Now I do think that there will be a fee attached to this where it starts to come out of your pocket at some point in time, but until then, we're gonna just take advantage of it while we can, if that makes any sense. So, um, yeah, I just think that this is just something that it's a great thing that we can take advantage of if possible. And if we can, let's just have fun with it and allow the Amazon drivers to at least get some type of reward out of it just for delivering your package on time and not damaged, if that makes any sense.
Lot of sense, and they do a great job actually. I've never had anything damaged from Amazon deliveries. Lots of damage from other delivery companies, but not Amazon. So that's
He said, not the other companies, but you know what? They've done a good job, and they've made sure we get what we need in a timely manner. I've had some issues here or there once or twice, but for the most part, the success rate is a lot higher than the negatives, if that makes any sense. So yeah.
they make it possible. They make buying something off Amazon and then getting the product almost on the next day, amazing. So that 10 years ago it wasn't even even imaginable, but and they do that. So the logistics of making that happen is spectacularly complicated, and to see that work on a daily basis is magnificent. So they're really, really amazing.
Um, Shirley says, "Why don't Bezos just give drivers a raise? He wants to go to space." And Sheila says that this is sounds reasonable. So he needs every dime to be able to go out to find some air on Mars, and he needs to make it do what it needs to do, if that makes sense. So he needs those coins. So he wants you to spend. He feels like, hey, this is an opportunity for you to give back even more. So you see how these companies are putting the twist back on you, right? So yes, it would be great if the company loved you, right? But they're gonna say, hey, if the customer likes you, why not tip you?
And it's not as simple as that. Amazon drivers. In many cases, they're third-party
Say,
independent companies
say,
working for Amazon.
say
So,
that again. You broke up on us. Say it again.
I said that the Amazon drivers generally are third-party drivers for independent, companies driving for Amazon. They're not actually working directly as full-time employees for Amazon either. So
So they're independent
there's a
contractors. They're independent contractors.
yeah, all contractors, right? There's a whole
Gotcha.
infrastructure.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're
So it
not
makes
actual employees. So yeah, they're independent contractors. All right, guys. If you like to thank your driver, all you got to do is just, if you have an Alexa enabled device, just say thank my driver when they drop the package off, and at least the first, what they say, the first million
yeah.
people, the first million, they get the first million drivers, they receive a thank you, and they also get a $5 tip at no cost to you. So all you got to do is just say thank my Alexa, thank my driver. I'm not a fan of Alexa devices, so that will not be in my home, but to each his own. And like I said, to each his own. With that being said, check this out. Hey, everybody, it is the Lab Tech Show. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. It's Wednesday. Come on, man. We're trying to bring you some great tech news whenever there's not any technical difficulties, okay? So check us out, man. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I'm working on this micro content, y'all. So we're going to start creating short form content based off of this show. All right. So it's coming soon. We're going to be looking at that for 2023. So please tell a friend. It's called the Lab Tech Show. Come get this knowledge. Tell somebody. You got 5 friends. I know you got 5 people now that need to know what's going on. Come on. All right, real briefly, before we get into William's Flowing Edge and what his product is all about, I want to talk about a little bit about a few shows. We're back in the mix of things. So we got When You Can't Come to Party, the party comes to you with Sunday Night Live with Rich Vibes every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. if you're on the West Coast. All right, go to mixcloud.com and search Rich Vibes. All right. Then also we got my man Matt Haas. What's going on with him? Every morning, 8:15. on YouTube, awesome fun things. Just find out what he's doing. He's doing woodworking. He's doing all kind of crazy stuff. All right. And then we also got 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's called 247mixing.com. All you got to do is go to the Google Play Store or the App Store, and there you go. You find out the app, download it, and you got some great music. There's a DJ mixing all the time. They're the only app in the world that completely is dedicated to the DJ and the art of DJing, okay? And then don't forget Branded Live. He's here, and I don't have a flyer for him, but he has chat bots, all right? So Branded Live, put your email, if you're still here, put your email into the or your website into the show, and we'll see if we can get some people to find out more about chatbots. And then last night we had Marshall Thompson of the Shy Lights. He was live with us last night. Great interview, great guy, 64 years in the business. Marshall Thompson of the Shy Lights. Check out Old School Tuesday. Turn up with Old School with Priscilla Watley. All right, that's a double name. I can't believe I said that. All right, there we go. William, we got Flowingedge. You said it is an app that we can use to send files directly. Is that correct?
That's correct. So what happens is that we've all been conditioned to thinking that the only way to send a file from point A to point B is to send it, upload it to a server. And then from that server, it will then get downloaded to the person that you want to send it to.
Okay, hold on. I just want to make sure we get a few things clear, because I want to run a video so people can see it, and then we can discuss that. Is that fine? Can we do that?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So look, we got a video. It's about 4 minutes long, and we want you to watch it. And I think, once again, the goal is to simplify this, right? We want you to see what it's all about. We want to simplify the technology, and we want you to walk away understanding what's happening. And then if you have questions, then you can ask William, because he's the CEO and he's right here. He's live, and there's no excuses. We have him right here in the hot seat over here at the Lab Tech Show. All right. So without further ado, check out this, and we'll be back in 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Have you ever taken a few photos on your phone or even a video at a wedding or event you were attending, only to find that the files were too big to send to anyone? Maybe you tried to send them one at a time in multiple emails, or you just gave up completely. Hi, I'm Flowingedge, or FE for short, and I'm here to tell you that now there is an easy way to send files to anywhere in the world. That's right. From your phone or desktop here to a phone or desktop on the other side of the world, directly, no cloud. At Flowingedge, we went back to the basics and just made it work, giving you a new way to share directly. First, we made it easy for anyone to send any type of document, photo, or video. You don't need to be technical to figure out how to use it. We added a progress bar to show you the state of your file delivery so you can tell when your recipients receive them. We've all been conditioned to thinking that the only way to send files to someone is through the cloud. But tell me, do you know where your files go when you upload them? Where are the servers? How many copies of your files have been made? Who is selling your data when it's uploaded? Who's looking at your files? Do they run face recognition on your photos for their own use? We felt that you can decide for yourself. So we just removed the whole cloud thing. So now, no one is going to try to sell you storage that you don't need. You will never be asked to upload or download to some nameless server. You will never have to deal with spam or ads or security breaches. We have created the most secure delivery method to send your digital files anywhere, immediately. When you send something, Flowingedge always sends it without delay. Blazing fast delivery. No cloud in between. There's no verification codes to even begin your delivery, and no emails to get lost in spam. We don't change or compress your files, so what you send is what they receive. The quality of your files are never compromised. You never have to see a tiny video that's been squeezed to death to be able to send it over a text message. That's really not a good look. You will see no ads or links, and you can always trust users because you get to control who receives the files. It just works. No mess or drama. Send a file and watch it get delivered. We make direct delivery possible. All you have to do is register an account, create a username and password, and install the software. No geek or technical person needed. The best part of all is that it only costs $30 per year. Yes, per year. That's less than $2.50 a month to send any number of photos, videos, or files of any size, as many times as you like to as many people as you like, all year for just $30. No ads, no storage, no weird stuff. Sounds too good to be true? Well, we are doing this because it's time for you to take back control of your data, one transfer at a time. You don't need a cloud to send files anymore. Just head over to flowingedge.com, create your account, and install the software. Within minutes, you'll be up and running. Flowingedge, for a whole new way to share files on all major platforms. And don't take our word for it. Try it today.
All right, there you go. You got Flowingedge. What you think about that, guys? What you think about it? All right, we're going to give him a little love over there. Hey, William's like, we got a couple comments in this is a great info spot from Branded Live. I think you got a chance to meet him on our private chat that we did. No, you missed him. Great info spot. Nice job on the production. Then you also got James Hicks, who jumped on the call with us a couple weeks ago. Said make sure you talk about why Flowingedge versus the other options. And you got Lisa Maria saying, yes, I want one. Yes, I got to have it. At the end of the day, so basically you guys got a chance to see what Flowingedge actually is. You get to send the file. There's no cloud like another company that we know, such as WeTransfer, where we send the files. So DJs, video editors, you took some photos and you want somebody to be able to see it in real time and it comes straight to their phone for the holidays. This is your opportunity to send it straight to that person. No game, no gimmick. The only thing is it costs $30. All right. So did I say that right, William?
You did. $30 per year. So this is not a subscription of $30 per month like a lot of other services. We wanted to disrupt the industry because we felt that it has time to show that when a person has content and they want to share it securely and that they don't need to be sending it up to a nameless server somewhere, then it's very easy to do. It works from an iPhone, it works from an Android device, it works from a desktop. So, and you can interchange those, it doesn't really matter. And we don't mess with the data either. We don't compress it. So what we are given is what is delivered at the other end. So it works as you've tried it out yourself. Some pretty large files you were sending from Atlanta to Chicago on our first call, right?
Right.
You really right. I think what you sent. What was it? 1.2 or 2? What was it?
It was about 3 or 4. It was like 3 or 4 gigs. So I literally sent 3 or 4 gigs. Now here's the thing: it all depends on how fast your internet is. So I have a very fast connection here, and it literally sent from my phone to a friend of ours. We all jumped on a call with William, and I sent the whole show of the lab and sent it to the person in Chicago, and he got it in less than 4 minutes. I've also sent files from Atlanta to Paris, and they got it in less than 5 minutes, straight from my phone, or I have one on my laptop, and I also have one on my cell phone. and I was able to send from the laptop and the phone from my home in Atlanta to Paris, and they got the files within 5 minutes. Revis is saying, how is this possible to send anything with no cloud?
Yes, it's interesting, isn't it? So we were told you can't do that because everything has to go through a centralized system. But actually, we figured out a way to do it using peer-to-peer technology. And the way that we do it is through a directory service which connects the two nodes, you and the person that you want to send it to. And the system basically says, okay, the address of where I need to send it to, here it is, and hands it over to the recipient. And this is your address, and then the two devices disconnect from the directory service and then connect directly between the two of them and start the delivery directly. So the interesting piece of what we've done is under the hood, actually, but we've made it as simple as possible. You know, if you are aware of a product called what's it called now? The Mac version of the software, AirDrop. If anyone has worked with a product called AirDrop, you literally drag and drop a file onto a device that's found in your network, and it appears on that device. Well, we took that idea and we said, okay, well, if you can select a file and drag it and drop it, that's as difficult as it gets to send a file not within your network, but anywhere in the world now. And we do all the heavy lifting between your device that you're sitting on and the person on the other end, who could be on the other side of the world. And we've tested it in many different scenarios, and we're very happy with the performance that we're getting.
What I would like to do is show an actual example of this. So I'm going to pull up FlowingEdge on my phone, and you're going to pull up FlowingEdge on your phone or your laptop or whatever the case may be.
Here's FlowingEdge, and here's my Android device, and I'm going to just bring it up. So that's
Okay.
FlowingEdge. Okay.
So
All
now,
right.
so before you do that, you have to send it to somebody that has FlowingEdge, or can anybody? Say you took a picture, a group photo of everybody that's on the show tonight. Can you send
Right.
this out to everyone, that same picture, if they have FlowingEdge, or you can only send it to one person? Like, how does that work before we go into that?
So each person creates as you saw on the video, creates an account and creates a username and password. They're pre-registered at that point. So then on, the system recognizes that they are legit, they're verified, and they install the software on whatever device they like, their iPhone, their Android, their desktop. Okay, and then from then on, you can send whatever you like between those two devices, and you can send it to multiple people. So on FlowingEdge, there's a FlowingEdge transfer status page, and up here there's a little icon with people on it, and I click that, and that shows you all the people that I have currently, available to see who is there, right? And I can then select a file and select the person that I want to send it to. The send key appears, you press it, and off you go. It's as simple as that.
Okay, so here we go. I have it on my phone. He has it on his phone. I'm going to send him a video. Let's see if I can send him a video file. Let's see if I can. And I don't see what the pictures actually look like. Let's see.
You'll see a few icons that appear when he sends it.
I'm going to send a large file. Let's see if I can send a large file over to him. I don't know if I can find one. I just see 44. I know I have bigger files than this on my phone. I know I have that. Okay, I'm just going to just
You're
send
going to put
one.
it through its paces, aren't you? That's right.
I should have larger files than this, but let's go ahead. This is a MP4 file. It's 358 megabytes. I'm going to send it to Williams Windows or Williams
No,
Android.
Android. It'll be
Okay,
Android.
Williams Android. So I selected that, and
This
then I'm
one,
going to hit send. And now when I hit send, it now
this one's encrypted.
has a lock screen that is literally locking, and then
Oh,
now he
yeah.
has a thumbs up that is blinking on his phone and on my phone. There you
You
go.
see the little round icon which is doing the handshaking between the two devices, and then suddenly up it goes, and then it'll start sending the file. It'll stop.
So now it's
Start,
starting to
in
rotate, and
seconds.
now it's uploading to him. And then now that it's uploading, so it's
And you'll see it.
literally, you can see the bar go across the top, sending
There
out
it
to
goes.
him. No, on my phone.
And there's my phone filling in. See, it's coming in.
And then
That's
also
300.
the cool thing that I like about this is if you lose connection, you don't have to start over. It picks back up once you get another internet connection. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, it's got a smart resume built into it. So I can't seem to get this.
So
Oh,
let's
there we
just
are.
imagine. So here's a perfect scenario. You're on the plane and you need to send a video file or you need to send a photo or something, and then you go up in the air and you can't send that file. When you get back down or when you get back to where you can get internet again, it picks up where you left off as opposed to starting back over again.
Right.
So it's a
It's received
picture,
the
a
whole
video,
file.
or a music file.
So if I touch it here, and it says to view file here. So I
Okay,
can
so
view the
he
file.
has it literally in a matter of seconds. All right, let me go ahead and switch you back over.
And there it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Tabernacle, Atlanta, Georgia. It's Atlanta Police Athletic League, guns and hoses, police and fire.
Oh yeah.
So that's a video that I just edited the other day. It's 358 megs. And I literally just sent that to him while we were live on the show. So you can see how it actually works. As long as you have an internet connection, it does depend on the upload speed. Is that correct?
Yes, everything depends on the upload speed. It's physics. You can't send more than you can stuff up the upload connection. So my upload speed is very slow. It can be as slow as 10 megabits per second. My download speed is quite good. It's like 300 download. So receiving from somebody who's got a decent connection is pretty good. But when I send it, it can be an issue depending on the time of day as well, because most people don't know what speed their internet is running at any point in time. You have to run something called speed test. So if you go to your browser and you type speed test on there, it'll give you what your download speed, what your upload speed is, and then you can get an idea of how fast things will work.
Here's another question for you. The question says, can you transfer to multiple platforms at once?
Yes, you can. You transfer to multiple people. So it doesn't define what the platform is because it's already installed and it's running. So it doesn't treat different platforms any differently. Your file is not messed up just because it went to a Mac or a PC or anything like that. So now you have a way of moving files from an Android phone to a Mac, which usually is a real pain. So
okay. So it works on Mac, works on Linux, works on PC, works on Android, and now you're officially in the iOS store, so it works on iPhone as well, correct?
Here's the iOS implementation. Here's an iPhone, and I open that up. If I open that up, right, and in here is FE right there. If you can see that, so I'll switch that on, and then you see it, the waves, and it's connecting, and there you are. There it is. Oops,
all right.
Can you see that?
So you have another question here. If I purchase this and put it on my desktop, do I need to purchase it again for my cell phone?
No, currently the early adopter program, you're getting up to 10 licenses for for that, so you can put it on 10 devices right now. So that's going to end probably in the first quarter, but we're introducing that so that everyone who gets it can be happy about interchanging between desktops and laptops and cell phones and whatever you want to do. So
if you do this now, before January 1st or before
March.
April 1st.
April 1st, sorry. April 1st. Yeah.
So before April 1st, if you purchase now, you get up to 10 devices for $30 per year. That's $2.50 a month. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Lisa Maria also says, whoa, way cool. They say, I see the bars moving on both phones. Lovely. I'm in. So if you guys are interested, you guys can go to flowingedge.com and you can purchase there. And then also for me to get credit for this, if you would, wrong one. Sorry. There's another one around here somewhere. There we go. I'm trying to find it. The timeline, the ticker that we typed out. If you use the code word TallBoy, I'll get credit for it if you guys use this. Okay, so no, excuse me, the lab. I'm sorry, I said that the wrong way.
Lab. It's called lab.
Yeah, the lab. So if you use code word the lab and the promo code, we'll be able to track it to see how many people were interested in it, and that way
you're supporting TallBoy when you're doing it. So that's basically what we do.
Right. So help me out as we try to help Flowingedge and William out. Okay, that would be greatly appreciated if you did that. If not, we understand. There's no big deal. You can go out and purchase it however you want to purchase it. But it's the lab, all one word, and it's caps. That's it. Is there any other questions? Does anybody have any questions as far as one of the things that we discussed before the show started was say I have it, but then let's just say Tech Troublemaker does not have it. How would that work? You said you have to buy a read-only pack or something like that?
Yeah, so the software has licenses associated with it. You don't see any of that, but if you were to pay, for a business side, we will have receive-only packs. So that allows someone to install it and not pay the $30, but the receive-only license is $10. For the consumer side, what we'll do is we'll have a license that literally will allow you to share it with somebody else. They can install it, and they will be able to use it for 5 files that will be, they can send or receive until it conks out. And that way they can actually feel how it works for them. If it's something that they want to do, they can go and purchase it.
Okay. So basically, how much is that for the 5 files? Do you have pricing for that?
For the which ones?
For the read-only receipt. So
the read-only ones are $10. The read-only ones are $10, and they come in packs of 10. So a small business, would have that for its clients if you want to do that. A consumer, anyone who wants to just try it, would be able to purchase, actually install it and run it for free, and run it for 5 send or receives before the license gave out.
Okay, so I'm looking at the last comment. Shirley P says, this is on my grown-up Christmas list, right? So she purchases Flowingedge, and then she says she wants to send it to Mama D. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mama D does not have Flowingedge. She can send it to Mama D up to 5 times before Mama D would have to pay to see it, or Shirley can send it out to 5 separate people, and then that 6th person would have to pay. How does that work?
So what we're doing right now, we're just launching it, right? So what she could do is purchase the product, and as I said, if you wanted to send it to somebody else somewhere else, they can install the software and just use the same username and password, but a different device name, of course, and it will be under the same person. So that person, if it was me, I can install it on my PC, and if I wanted to have my friend use it on the other side of the country, they could install it, but they could use my username and password for that device as well. And then until that doesn't work for them and they want their own version. Does that make sense?
Okay. All right, guys. If you guys have questions, this is your opportunity to ask now. And if not, then you can always reach out to them via contact@flowingedge.com. Is that your email?
It is William@flowingedge.com.
Okay, so you can reach out to him directly by going to William@flowingedge, or you can go to contact@flowingedge. But this is why we brought him on the show. I felt like this was a solid product. I had been testing this behind the scenes for about 2 or 3 months now. I was introduced to this product earlier in the spring/summer. And then William and I, we were introduced by his partner. And because he was here in the States, we were able to link up and we started seeing this product. And before I brought him on the show, I wanted to make sure that it was available on all platforms. And he and I went back and forth. And you guys know how I feel about iPhone, but I looked out for you iOS users. Like, I do not like you guys as far as iOS users, but I said, William, I cannot promote this unless it's available on all platforms. And then he reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and said, Tallboy, it's ready. And we just set a date, and here we are today. So it's available on iOS, it's available on Mac, it's available on PC, Android, Linux. Is available on all platforms that you can possibly think of. There's no excuses for you not to want to at least try it. Once again, it's coming to your phone. There is no download. Once you send the file, they get the file on their phone. It's not going to the cloud. And then what happens if there's something called the Vault? Can you explain what the Vault is?
Yeah, so thanks, boy. This is very good. So the Vault was really to answer a question, when we were presenting this product, which means that, because it's a peer-to-peer product, you have to have both parties online at the same time, or at least that was, what was expected. Now, obviously, people go to bed at different times of the day, right, or night, and the different parts of the world, and so on. So, you can't expect everyone to be online at the same time. So, and the other option is because we're saying it's unlimited, and it really truly is unlimited. If you have a big enough file, and you've got enough time, you can send whatever you like on this system, because we're not selling you storage. Every system that's out there, the Dropbox, WeTransfers, all these different companies are uploading to their servers, and those are very expensive to run. And they try to sell you more storage because obviously they have to store it somewhere, and then they move it off their server downloading to the recipient. What we did was we created something called the Vault, which is a temporary encrypted service that sits on a cloud, actually, but it's only temporary and it stays encrypted. And the reason for that is if the recipient or the person you're sending it to doesn't have enough memory to take the file that you're sending because it's so big, then it has to be put somewhere, or you've got the option not to send it, or you have the option to send it and put it somewhere temporary while they get themselves a large drive and plug it into the back of their machine, at which point then the software changes its status and says, oh, I see William was trying to send a file, who's got it? And then the Vault says, well, I've got that, I'll send it to you. And it sends it down automatically to the recipient without emails that end up in spam nothing. It's all automatic, right? The other option is because there's a time constraint. So if someone is in a country and they have to send it to somebody else, but that somebody happens to have gone to bed or switched off their machine by accident or whatever, then you still have the option of sending it to this temporary location. Again, it's temporary and there's a cost associated with it. In the first quarter of this year, we'll implement that fully, which will require payment on that. So, you know, when you send a file up there, there's a cost associated with storing it. That's natural, and so it will cost $1 for every 24 hours that it stays up on the cloud, and then when it is received by the recipient, it automatically deletes itself off of the cloud. So that's the cloud in a nutshell. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, you got another question here, and Lisa Maria is saying that she's having some problems as well. But important questions: how do you stop sharing, like Netflix? That's what Rebus is asking.
So if you have, well, Netflix is, and all those services, Disney Channel, you know, HBO, all those are different because they're streaming services, right? So you don't get the file from them. It's a stream. So we don't do streaming. We do files. So if you have created your content and it's a file and you want to move it to somewhere else, that's what we do. We don't stream because streaming is handled a different way. What you're seeing right now with this show is a stream. It's not a file that you've just downloaded and watched.
Now you have to download this show. So once this show is over with, we can download the show, and then
Yes,
I can send the show to William, or William can send the show to Lisa Maria or to Shirley or Branded Live or Rebus once it's downloaded. But it has to be some type of file, whether that's a PNG, that's a MP4, a JPEG, a Word doc, an Excel spreadsheet, whatever it may be. It has to be an actual file, okay? How secure are the servers? Shirley is asking.
Okay, so good question. I like that. So all the deliveries are actually encrypted end to end. We use an encryption that's actually military grade encryption. There's an algorithm for the people who want to know about it. There's something called AES 256, which encrypts it for military purposes. We actually use something that's even higher level than that, but Google uses internally, and you can look it up. It's called Cha-Cha 20, as in the dance, and it's more efficient at decryption and encryption. And that's
what is it called again?
Cha-Cha 20, as in the, you know, yeah. So if you like the cha-cha, that's what it does. So you'll remember that, won't you?
If you remember cha-cha, that lets you know that it's the highest encryption that's out there.
That's it, the highest efficient.
Lisa Maria is saying that she's having trouble registering the password. Now, that's another thing, and I want to make sure we talk about this on the show. The password has to be all one word, no spaces. Is that correct?
Right, that's right.
So if you try to create a password with no space, with spaces, just keep in mind, if you're watching this on a replay, or if you're watching this in a future, in months ahead, just want you to know that the password has to be all one word. There can be no spaces. And then I think you have to label. I think I know the product just as well as you do, William. You have to label the device that you're using. So if you're using your laptop and then you're using your cell phone, make sure you label the cell phone and the laptop to where you know where you're sending the file at. Is that correct, or am I saying that wrong?
Yeah, so each device has its own address. So this one, for example, if you look at this on my device, I can show you the settings. And up in the settings, it shows you here that my device is called William Android, user and device, right? Whereas this one here, which is my iPhone, for example, and I'll show you that in a sec, is up here, and it's called William. Oops, I can't see that. Can you see that? Yeah, William iOS. Right. So each device has to have a unique name. You can't have two devices that are the same name with the same username. So this one's iOS, this one's Android, and when I send a file, I can send it from Android to iOS, from Android to my desktop, from Android to my Windows, whatever it is. That's how we discern where the files are going to go. If you don't give it a name when you're sending it to somebody because you don't know what they've called the device, you can leave that field out and it will automatically send the file to the default device, which will be the first device that was installed by the person who's receiving the file. So it could be, my desktop, it could be my laptop, or it could be anything else. But we did that for a simple reason, because some people work from home and then they go on vacation, they take their machine with them. So they still want to receive the stuff to the device. So you can change that default device to whatever machine you have at any one time. So it makes it very flexible. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and we try to make it as simple and as fluid as possible. But if you want to go and dig deep into the technology, I'll be happy to talk to you guys about it as well.
All right.
Does that answer your questions?
So if you guys are interested, his email address is william@flowingedge, okay? Flowingedge.com.
I've got a nice big target written on me right now. It's going to start.
Tech Troublemaker, Tech Troublemaker really is a tech guy. He says that security folks would tell you that you need at least a 16-character password. Revis Brown says, for clarification, what's to stop me from buying the product and I can put it on 10 devices to 6 people? They all download it and use the product.
Yeah, nothing to stop you right now. You can go and do whatever you like, basically. So you're all seeing it for the first time. We want to get as many people using this product as possible. So good job. Carry on. Get as many people installing it and using it. We'd like to hear their feedback. Like we said on the video, we want to get your feedback. We know it's not perfect. It's the first version of it coming out, and we'll know that you guys will have input into the way that it handles the UI and how you interact with it. So tell us, and we'll improve it, because we need to do that. And it's only through working with everybody out there that's as excited about the product as we are that we'll get the product going the right direction and doing the right things for all of you.
All right, guys. So here it is. It's called Flowingedge. We got the CEO, William Vablais, on here from the UK. So Rich Vibes, I got somebody from the UK to come in and be a part of the family, the Lab Tech Show family as well. And we wanted to be able to let you guys see some cutting edge technology. This is outside of AirDrop. There's nothing of its kind. The security is superior. And then at the end of the day, it allows you to send files, whether you're sending music files, Word docs, spreadsheets, pictures, photos, videos, whatever it may be. As long as it's some type of file, it can send to the person that you want, and it comes directly to their device, whether it's laptop or cell phone or iPad or tablet, whatever the case may be, and they can receive it in real time. There's no uploading to the cloud. There's no downloading to the cloud. It literally goes straight from your device to their device in real time. It doesn't get any better than that. And when I heard about this, I knew that it was something that I wanted to introduce to you guys, but we just had to make sure that all parties were able to take advantage of it. And William is here to, like he said, showcase it for the very first time. We're in the early adopter stage. So to answer your question, Revis, he said share it, but spend the $29.95 and use it with 10 people, and then get somebody else. And when that April 1st comes along, then it won't be that way anymore. But at least you get it for the whole year for $29.95. So I mean, what more can you ask? Hopefully, I sold it, said it, and did it the right way. All I ask is if you do purchase it, please use the lab, all one word, in the promo code. There's no discount. It's just allowing us to know that there's credit, to know that you got it from the lab or you heard it from the lab. And then that way we can measure it to where we can finally, or we could potentially partner along the way a few months down the road. So I hope I said that the right way. William, if I missed anything, please interject. Basically, I got a couple more questions. You can use, that's a tech troublemaker being funny with Lisa Maria. Shirley says, I like the concept, meaning Word documents. And let's see, it's document friendly, meaning Word documents, I believe. And then I'm trying to use the code for you to get credit, but it's not. So she's saying that she's trying to use the code and it's not taking it. So I'm not sure what that is.
Okay.
It says, I came in late. Does the receiver have to have an account as well?
Both parties have to have the app installed, yes. But the receiver and the transmitter, the person who's sending the file and the person who's receiving the file, have to have Flowingedge installed on those two devices, yes.
Okay. So here's I don't want to tell all the business, but you have to have so you said something about a 10-pack to where it's a read only. Is that available for consumer to consumer, or is it only available for business to consumer?
It's a business to business. It's a business. Right now, the buying the product gives you the 10 licenses anyway. So if you want to install it on another device, same username and password, and on the other device, and the two parties can play with it and send files back and forth. No problem at all.
There it is. So he's saying share with 9 other people. Just know that if you want to put it on your cell phone and then you want to put it on your laptop and then you get another cell phone 6 months later and you gave out all your passwords, will it work on another device? Is that right?
Yes, it does.
No, what I'm saying is so I just log. So if say like I have it on my phone here, and if I buy another phone, will that be counted as another device, or do I just uninstall it from this current device and put it on the other device and it still works?
So the other device is counted as another device because
so
it,
there it is. So if you use each device is considered one device. So if you lose the phone, that device is considered gone. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So there you go. So you got 10 uses, however you want to use it, but it's under the same username and password is what you're saying.
Yes. You have to give everyone your same username and password that you're sharing it out with. That's the if you want to do it that way.
Okay.
Or you can be anonymous and just get them their own license. Pay for a license individually.
So they're saying that Lisa Maria said something about they're trying to use the code for me to get credit, but it's not taking it. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay. But with that being said, I don't want to keep everybody too long because we stayed longer than expected. But I did want to let you know that, hey, this is a superior product that I've seen thus far. It does have its problems. It does have its kinks. But at the same token, you don't have to worry about uploading something, waiting. If it breaks connection, then you got to start all over again. It literally resumes the connection once the connection is broken. It resumes it from where it was left off. It's not sitting in the cloud unless that person's phone or tablet is not turned on, and then when it is turned on, it then will come out of the vault, and then it will be able to send to them. Outside of that, I think it's the holiday season. You're going to want to take pictures with family and friends. People aren't going to be able to people aren't going to be able to catch up with everybody in real time outside of Zoom and what is it, messenger chats and stuff like that. But I mean, here's a way for you to send video files, large video files, large pictures, and you can share with family and friends for the holidays. And then for the people that are working, this is your opportunity to say, let me send some files and let me get my team on board, because they have team accounts as well. So William,
Let me
I'll
just
give
say,
you.
yeah, the file that you sent, which was 300 plus megabytes that you sent me, already is more than most of the social media files can actually handle, and won't actually allow you to upload to a network unless it's through their cloud service. So if you want to record a large gathering or whatever it is, and it's on your phone, once it's on that phone and it's many megabytes. A friend of mine was at a concert, and he recorded a song that actually was 700 megabytes long, and he sent it to me directly from the concert to me, just to see if it would go well. He had a 5G phone, and it was no problem to send. Now, you couldn't have done that with the current technology. You would have to put it onto a thumb drive or a SIM card and move it across to a different device and upload it somehow and then send it through somewhere else. This is literally a button press, and you send it, and you're good to go. So it makes it really simple, and it's a completely different paradigm to what we've been conditioned to thinking how to send files. So this is real file sharing and file delivery. Not to be confused with collaboration and working on one file and 10 people working on the same file and all that stuff. So that's completely different. We take a file and we get it to the other side of the other side of the planet quicker than anybody else. And because we've done some of the things under the covers, it goes even faster. And that's it.
All right, there it is. I'm gonna let this ticker run one more time for you guys to check it out. If you choose to purchase FlowingEdge, please use the code THELAB, all caps, as a way for the show to get credit. And then also, if you have any questions, you can reach out to FlowingEdge at contact@flowingedge.com, or you can reach out to William directly at william@flowingedge.com. All right. So hopefully that is some information. Go to their website, flowingedge.com. Where can they check out that video? Is it on YouTube? Is it on Instagram? Is it on Facebook?
Yes, it's on YouTube. Yeah.
So
it's
if you go
YouTube.
to FlowingEdge's YouTube channel, you can go back and watch the video multiple times. And hopefully that will allow you to get a better understanding of what it does. He said he has the Cha-Cha 22 security. I think that was the right
Cha-Cha
one.
20.
Cha-Cha 20.
20.
So for the ones that are familiar with that, you know that is the highest encryption that you can possibly have. And outside of that, that's pretty much it. So one last comment that we have here. Will
The lab
early
is now.
the question
Sorry,
was will early adopters or receive grandfathered or special pricing after the first year?
To be decided. No, I can't say yes or no, but probably almost. But I can't.
All right.
I can't see that in my head.
This is where feedback comes in, right? So maybe you'll do another live stream on your YouTube channel or on your Facebook channel, and you can have a conversation, because the early adopters are not only us. He has people from Africa. He has people from Europe that are literally already doing this and are already using FlowingEdge. So we're not the only ones that know about this. This is just us being introduced to something that has already been that's already been in the development stages. So because of the relationship he and I had, it was, let's see how we can bring this to the consumer side as opposed to the business side. So that's, like he said, to be determined.
That's right.
So with that being said, William, any final words before we close out?
No, but thank you very much for having me, Tallboy. That's been a great experience, and I hope your audience has enjoyed this. And if there's anybody who would like to send me feedback or any questions, I'd be happy to answer them directly anytime you like. So you have my email address to with you guys.
All right, there
Thank
it
you very
is.
much.
He has to build up that Instagram page over there, but that's his Instagram, Flowingedge, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be some content that will be posted on there sooner than later. They're also on Facebook, and they're also on YouTube. All right, so that's the best place to go, right? With that being said, thank you, William, for hanging out with us tonight in the lab. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to at least have you come out and showcase your product to the audience. Once again, guys, our goal is to simplify tech in a language that you understand. We want to break it down for you. We want you to learn. We want you to, put your put your foot in like the hokey pokey, as I said earlier, right? So just get started somewhere. You got to start somewhere, okay? So as a brief recap of what we had this evening, it was skip the wait times for the airport with TSA. Enroll in TSA PreCheck at Staples. You have to go to their website, TSA's website, and you're going to have to type in the zip code and see if there's a Staples available in your area. Also, you can thank your Amazon delivery driver with a $5 tip to the first 1 million people who thank the drivers, and then the person who gets the most, or the top 5 that gets the most, if I said that right, the 5 drivers who receive the most thank yous will receive a $10,000 bonus. And then lastly, we talked about Flowingedge. This is your opportunity to share files, no matter how big or small, no matter what file type. It goes directly from your device to their device with no cloud upload. So it's called flowingedge.com. We have William Vablais from the UK. I like how that rhymes. There we go. Okay,
That's good, isn't it?
okay. Well, yeah, William Vablais from the UK. All right.
You already
Oh,
know.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. So he talked about flowingedge.com. And like I said, at the end of the day, we're just here to just give you this content. All right. We got one more show, maybe 2 more shows before the end of the year. So thank you guys so much for hanging in with us. And then, we're going to be prepping for CES. So we'll be talking about that sooner than later. And with that being said, it is the Lab Tech Show. We're out. See you next week, God willing.
You already know.
Give me 1 second, William.
that's okay. No worries.
I'm just ending the show.